Stressors such as fear are capable of triggering changes in behavior and cognitive function. This quote from the College Board stimulus, predator-induced fear, causes PTSD-like changes in the behavior and brains of wild animals, emphasizes the fundamental meaning of athletic research in the athletic domain, particularly under pressure. Pressure in various forms, emerging from performance anxiety to the constant quest of achievement, emerges as a powerful force affecting the course of athletic activities. Drawing parallels between human and animal experiences, will delve into the complex manifestations of pressure, recognizing its profound impacts on both physical and psychological realms. Good morning, my name is Annabella Del Valle, and I will be arguing about pressure in sports. My research question is, how does pressure impact the performance of professional athletes aged 18 to 26 in individual sports? I will be arguing that pressure negatively affects athletes as it affects their cognitive function and focus, their physical health, and their psychological well-being. To begin, pressure negatively affects the mental focus of young individual athletes. As seen in the graph, the more interference, which includes noises from the crowd, coaches, or the opponents, the more stress they feel when competing, which results in a decrease in accuracy. Understanding these dynamics underscores the importance of implementing targeted interventions to help athletes manage pressure effectively, thereby optimizing their performance outcomes and fostering their overall mental resilience in competitive environments. To further underscore the significant impact of pressure on athletic performance, empirical studies have revealed compelling statistics. It has been established that pressure causes a significant 15% decrease in accuracy rates. Furthermore, the negative impacts go beyond mere preciseness, with a noteworthy 20% decrease in coping mechanisms. More important is the 80% decrease in effective decision-making processes under pressure. These findings underscore the extensive and complex nature of pressure's influence on athletes, emphasizing its negative consequences not just on performance outcomes, but also on cognitive and psychological mechanisms required for competitive sports. Additionally, pressure negatively affects physical health. According to Coronas, the intense pressure of short or long duration can result in minor injuries or illnesses among athletes, affecting their physical well-being. This quote demonstrates the profound physical impact that pressure can have on athletes, potentially exposing them to a range of minor injuries or illnesses. Whether caused by acute stressors or prolonged pressure, these bodily manifestations not only impair athletes' immediate performance, but also have long-term consequences for their overall well-being and athletic longevity. Expanding on this topic, it's really important to understand how too much pressure can seriously affect athletes. This infographic shows how when stress and pressure keep building up, athletes can reach a point where they feel worn out both physically and mentally. This is called burnout. It's like hitting a wall where they feel disappointed, their performance drops, and they might even lose interest for their sport. This is a big deal because it can affect their health and how long they can keep playing. Recognizing the signs of burnout early on is super important for coaches, trainers, or anyone involved with sports. It helps them step in and support athletes before things get worse so they can stay healthy and keep enjoying what they do. Furthermore, pressure negatively affects athletes' psychological well-being. According to College Board stimulus, Simone Biles, and The Most Human Meaning of Courage, the pressures for modern athletes raised on smartphones are different monsters than those faced by any generation before them. Not only is there no escape from the constant commentary, but it is also laced with vitriol. The pressures professional athletes experience today are unlike anything previous generations have encountered. They can't escape the constant commentary, which often includes hurtful comments. This constant scrutiny can take a toll on their psychological well-being, affecting their confidence and overall mental health. Adding to that point, it's important to highlight how younger generations, especially those between the ages of 18 to 26 years old, are especially vulnerable to the negative effects of pressure on their mental well-being. This chart shows that this age group tends to experience more significant declines in psychological well-being when faced with pressure compared to other age groups. The red is female and the blue is male. What makes this research stand out is the strength of the psychological response noticed among the younger athletes. This heightened response can be linked to in part of their widespread social media use, which is a major source of pressure today. Unlike their older counterparts, younger athletes are more involved in the social media culture. where they're constantly scrutinized, compared, and criticized. This persistent exposure to external forces affects their psychological suffering, increasing the effects of pressure on their mental health. Now let's move on to solutions. Implementing comprehensive sports psychology programs, including mindfulness training and cognitive behavioral therapy, can equip athletes with effective coping mechanisms to manage pressure and enhance their performance. Furthermore, these programs have been successfully integrated into athletic departments across various universities, resulting in improved athlete well-being and performance outcomes. Some may argue that pressure is inherent in competitive sports and cannot be eliminated. However, research from the International Olympic Committee demonstrates that proactive interventions can help mitigate the negative effects of pressure, empowering athletes to thrive under challenging circumstances. Here is my work cited. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, 2 questions. First one, how'd your research question kind of evolve as you worked your way through all of this?
So first, it was pretty general. It was about how pressure affected athletes as a whole, but I really wanted to specify in younger athletes as they have to deal with social media, which is something very different than what other ages have to deal with.
All right, and if you had more time, what additional research would you do?
I would have done some additional research maybe on team sports, as it is very different to feel pressure by yourself than to feel pressure by those who are playing the sport with you.